As the three numbers of 11 droves diverge, the double agent of the second hand is again unfastened, and the doctrinaire first-hand replied, sense anesthetic of cork hysterics, kind and kind of tragic, the speaker informed, portable, and toy. Save aboard, the edits do not save our lives, as loss is remarked. Rattling the cages, throwing cats into the rattlesnake pit. These bad actors named David, jesting finitely, it turns out, and getting high learning aloud. These freestyle peregrinations, reaching for the eye care station. Sonic Youth on MTV mishandling the culture. You've gotta respect these senatus consulta. The youth upon a red steed, dramatic as the sculpture. Too hot for sex, these redacted pics of vulva. As two gods in bed we inhabited the ultra. As humans are saved or damned, sniffing the sulfur. With blue balls forever, these sad little doubters of his unlimited phono-texting plan. This telepathic affair with so many of his stands. Be they homosexual, trans, or post-sexual savagery, cyborg in their ideology, entering the class with rhymes born of poverty, and expelled so fast that his mind formed false memories, remembering the past as a fly on God's television screen.
I've got so much. I've got so much. I've got so much.
Is here the poet, nearly done, writing the novel in June, phonotextual, a novel in mono, under the lazy seizure of the moon, in this game as the catch and release of souls from the hospital disclosed, and the facticity imagined in an ethics of imagination, as the novelist and poet Andrew Mbaruk, author of Phonotextual, a novel in mono, as Andrew Mbaruk is released, because he was calm. And when I say rap, it's an imperative sentence. Do you dig what I mean? I'm something you don't see enough as American actors under the cold sea befuddled, these careless sea splashers to this poetry loved as ovarian cancer. Say no to these drugs at your own peril, ye rappers. This animated clay, acting in the play. Agamben he reads on the roller coaster. This novel people rotoscoper, drawing the dream of the soul of a soldier. Like a cop on TV till the show is over. This commercial breakage of words into phrases, Absurd as Drake is, made in God's image, vacationing in Nairobi with a painterly imagist named Eli or Sophie. Biambili tafadhali, he speaks in Swahili, this black humanity. Easy sneezy, this rap malady, employing Ana Kolutha, random as true love. Random as true love. Ana Kolutha. These words meant to be spoken with the precision of uncertainty, thrown into the system as mermaids into the sea, in activistic denialist spending Earth Day peacefully, as comparing Jay-Z to me, unfair as great weed to eat, shared faithfully with thee as we break decency into shapes we repeat along the neck of the guitar, graceful in defeat, his song a message to the stars, yellow or red, never forget what regret does to the heart. Swans are the poets of lake time. Gone are the snows of the ancient times. This black soul at 37 had control of his wordy pen to rap alone with furry friends. Ask your local clergymen how to crack the code of current trends, and stand close to the curtain's end, hands holding the plural blend of acting stone so the words bend, afros under the golden friend, bronzing the epidermal poetry of these strong men, forgetting as OGs these ghostly whispers of the sea, this holy Mr. MC with parasitic glowing lizards entering me. Let me bioluminesce as the pious you confess, as a divine Jewish text sent to rhyme and prove his pen. Let me cry this blue distress and get high with you again. Fervid fidelity to a truth event, words of an incredibly smooth friend, reading his Alain Badiou in the pen. Abbreviating penitentiary and breathing through the ventilation your weed, these secrets that as friends we keep in a meter pretending it's free. It's true that I can't stop rapping, and that it's exasperating, for the human drive to stand on the mountain and ask for a mass awakening is evaporating. Gods are the poets of space-time. Swans are the poets of lake-time. Gone are the snows of the ancient times. Gone are the ghosts of failed rhymes. From our Orbis Scientiarum, from the warped mind of Harmon, his Rick and Morty, this community, their circle of stories, his blue dream, these liquid sentences, their infinite dimensions, the lived message in his simple presence, these obvious puns of the fool, this Claudius the uncool, poisoning Hamlet with one or two droplets of untruth, sophisticatedly dripping into the ears, this liquidated kingdom of Shakespeare. Gone are the poets of ancient times. Swans were the ghosts of their strange minds. Gods are the poets of space-time, lost in the snow, these insane rhymes. Is the novel love? Is the novel love? The novel is the novel as it unfolds, dialectically. The way the shore dissolves the waves in a pattern of non-particular disorder, it dissolves the waves in a pattern of no particular disorder. So the shoreline dissolves the weaves in a pattern of no particular disorder. My grandmother is Cambodian. My grandfather is Chinese. Dismissed as a pair of torn socks, this system of care and forethought, the ritual marriage of immortal gods, invisibly carrying your thoughts, mystery, metaphor, and plot, this libertine tearing a corsage, this wizardry scary warlock, sprinkling the arid floor with water, thinking as America's forefathers of cities as metaphors for progress, this deliciously red foreign project as committees of senators gossip, sipping a sea of cellular globs of wetness. I think they're called molecules. It's odd that I'd forget that. These blobs of wet rats. Involved in the art of telling the truth, lost in dark velvet rooms, forgotten as Marcel Proust, the lodger whose farts smell like poop. You win the debate in one round, to infiltrate the underground, illiterate maker of thunderclouds, deliberate anger and love aloud. The groovy way we fall from atop, the blue waves into all is lost. This loser's creative montage of human names for thoughts of God. These truths he raises from the rock, produced by Aesop Rock ex nihilo. For the people, this minor literature agreeable, rhymes trivial as the Greek poem. It's odd that you'd forget his long descent into the world of the dead, descending into the underworld to retrieve his lady friend in love with the world until its crazy end. This humanitarian soul ancient, this planetarium showing alien. La 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 la. These dead words immortally captured, said to be heard at 420 rapping, red as murder and cold as madness, embedded in the world as you photograph it, too true to the ways of your planet. To salute from this painting I inhabit, African and masculine, basking in his valid pen's landscape of raps you befriend. These passages random and zen, though gravid with the facts about men. La 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 la. To portray darkly, grimly, the patriarchy's history, the cinematographer dimly shot the words, directed by Jehovah, this stoner rover Martian, in a polo cardigan, unfolding as art by men, bemoaning their hardships and the role of the husband, the spoken hush, and so much depends on the Godfather surgeon. These men's overwrought songs unheard of as them to censor the oblong blur of his pen. This aromatic sausage in words again. This aerobatic saucer I swerve in as sparrows fast as thought uncertain. These words penned with the point of a prick. These girly men you point at and miss. Aroint thee which I vanish as the past within them, laughing as the vanishing apparition. This blackness they cast as the assistant, whose magic enhances the system. La 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 Lo. 10 signs that the poet is into you, from the apocryphal disc 3 of my novel as audiobook phonotextual, a novel in mono. 1. Sell the subject in the title of the list to be. 2. He is a poet named Andrew Mbaruk, author of Phonotextual, a novel in mono. 3. He is from Vancouver, BC. 4. You find yourself happier when he is about. Catch yourself on the sly, thinking of him, and say, "Oh God." 5. Because the poet is sly and bashful. 6. The poet makes no move. The angel of written poetries does stop on the second hand of the poet. The poet accepts that he is awesome, and the process continues into a futurity without bounds. 7. The poet wrote you a love letter. Play it cool. 8. The poet wrote into you a cool play on words. 10 signs that the poet is into you. The poet wrote into you a cool play on words. Are you hip? Write him a love letter forthwith. 9. You are sleeping with the poet. 10. The poet is sleeping with you. Nzuri Sana, 50% cotton, 50% polyester. As the third disc of the poet's novel is composed, so an element of performance over the performance notation. Andrew Mbaruk, 2 seconds ago near Vancouver. Error, hyperlink, reference, not valid. My first ever poetry collection, Disc 3, is complete. This update is on its last page.